Hey guys, Mike here with Discount Forklift. Right behind me is going to be Bella, which is your 11,000 pound octane electric forklift, outfitted with some nice non-marking pneumatic tires. That's why they're colored kind of a white banana color, if you want to call it that, but they got some pretty good tread on them. You can see here, this being 11,000 pound capacity, you're going to have a pretty solid counterbalance in this machine. It's actually a pretty good size with that. Just with your drive tires as well. Pneumatics again, non-marking, which in my opinion you really don't ever see that too often. If we go up here to the controls, you have your typical mast controls, especially with this having a fork positioner added. So this is going to raise the mast, lower it down. This is the tilt function forward or backward. This is side shift, left and right, obviously 7 inches, the whole carriage. And then fork positioner allows the forks to actually spread out or move together. This is your kill switch right here. So let's say if this thing was to run away from you, you just slam down on it. It completely kills the machine. And then you basically have to repop this up, turn the key on again so it actually starts up the normal functions that it should. You have your mast here, which our technician did a wonderful job going through this. It was Jeremiah, great guy. He made sure you guys had a good forklift, that you guys are going to have a very reliable machine for years to come. You do have your forks here, which we have safety painted red with yellow tips. You can see the kind of different cylinders here, which is these brackets connect to the forks. This is what allows them to actually spread apart or fold together. And then you have the cylinder right here, which allows the side shift to this whole carriage with this LBR to move left or right 7 inches. If we go to this side, just similar to a car, your ignition is going to be over here. Your light switch is going to be right here. So obviously because it's electric, it's not going to turn on unless the actual machine's on. You have your horn right here. Your throttle position, so obviously reverse is going to be pulled to the rear. Neutral is going to be stationary right in the middle. And then forward is obviously going to be put forward. This is your emergency brake right here. So if it is disengaged, it's not going to make a noise, but be mindful of that. When this button's actually up, raised up, you know that it's locked in position as it should. Do have a nice comfy seat for you. Does have a functional safety belt, so we click this in just to kind of show you, like that, just like a car. Before I jump in this, I want to show you guys what we include with every purchase for you guys. So do you even lift, bro? Forklift maintenance, or you call it like a gift bag, right? Inside here, you're going to find an Octane hat, just kind of like the brand here. Looks very good. And then you have a shirt as well. And this is the front of it. Very comfortable material, by the way. That is the back of it. Since you guys are helping with us, we always try to include incentives, whether it's just a t-shirt or a hat or something you guys can use. Alongside that, you're going to find a forklift maintenance guide that we include for free. It has all the necessities of owning a forklift, tells you about the different types. It'll talk about different intervals, charging, schedules, inspections, maintenance tips, especially whether it's internal combustion engines or electric. It's still going to benefit anybody who has this, so you guys understand how to properly take care of this machine, so that way we can help you guys with the longevity of your business as well. So what I'm going to do is put this right here. I'm going to go ahead and jump in this. We're going to take it for a drive, show you guys the ins and outs, how this operates, and we will go from there. All right. Now, because it's electric, one of the things is you may not hear this thing turn on, but you do have a dash right here that will illuminate. So you'll hear it kind of fire on, at least you'll hear an audible click. You see a little animation it'll come up to, and it'll tell you your battery level here, it'll tell you the hours, it'll tell you basically every important detail you need to know on this machine. So I'm going to raise this up a little bit so we're not scraping our floor, but I'm going to show you guys the features again. Obviously now it's on, you can hear the horn, as well as your lights here, LEDs. Compared to older forklifts that have just kind of a regular light bulbs, and then LEDs, these are a lot nicer. They last a lot longer, and they're a lot brighter. So if you guys are using this at nighttime, you guys are going to be much safer. So right now, I just depress the emergency brake. And now we're going to take this for a spin. And because it's a pretty big machine, our video area is usually used to accommodating stuff that's a little bit smaller. So I'm not going to drive this as fast as it normally would go, but I'm going to show you guys the brakes. Now obviously these tires, you're going to hear them grip on the floor, which is a great thing. You have a nice backup alarm, as well as some mirrors here to help spot where you're going if you're having to go to the rear. And you have a strobe back there as well, so that's also pretty cool. Again, brakes work phenomenally well, especially because this thing is going to weigh a heck of a lot more than 11,000 pounds. It's probably going to be close to around 20,000 pounds of total weight. But even as big as this thing is, I mean, you see how maneuverable it is? Which is pretty cool. Plus, it's the orange color sticks out very well. I'm going to go through the little pass again to kind of back up and show you. Just like this. All right. Drives really well. You guys are going to really love this machine. Sometimes us here, we end up getting used to driving a machine around. We end up liking it, and sometimes it sucks to see it go. So I know this is probably one of those. So this is the mass function here. It's just going to raise up. Now because this is a 2-stage, it's not going to go traditionally higher like a 3-stage would, obviously, but still for the application that you guys are doing, it may be beneficial. So now we're going to suit this down a little bit, see its eye level, and then here's the tilt function, just like that. Back to the rear, do the front again. All right, now this is your side shift motion right here. Instead of having to actually square up perfect to a pallet, whether that's up in the air, whether it's on a semi-trailer, you name it, this actually makes it a lot easier just to give you some room to actually, you know, kind of a luxury feature, so to speak. And the next function is going to be the fork positioner. So if I push down towards the front, this allows it to open up. Pushing it towards the rear closes them together, just like that. Pretty smooth operation. Benefit of having electric as well is you're not having to deal with stepping on the throttle like a propane one, for example, and putting more fuel into it so it could work. So I'm going to make sure our brake is actually on. I'm going to turn this off because there's a couple things that you need to show you, and we definitely don't want this thing rolling away. So every forklift typically will have a data tag. Your data tag is going to be located right here. That has all the information on your forklift. It's going to have the minimum raised height, obviously, with 11,000 pounds. It'll even tell you kind of the D rate with what the capacity would be if you were to raise that load all the way up to the top. It has a model number, it has a serial number, as well as manufacturer's information. But other than that, guys, you guys are really going to love this lift. OCTANE makes some phenomenal pieces of equipment. Their electrics are also really great. We do a lot of business with government entities who prefer these kind of machines. So you guys are definitely going to get something you're going to be proud of. So on behalf of everybody here at Discount Forklift, thank you for supporting businesses like us so we can support businesses like you guys. We really appreciate it.